how do you actually find jobs as a freelance project manager? And that's a really good question. What is your goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make supplemental income? Are you trying to build a brand or build a business? Are you trying to do work that is really rewarding to you? Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kayla, and this is where we talk all about project management in lean teams and startup organizations. First off, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and hello to anyone new who's watching for the first time. Please like and subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to hear more about. I'm really passionate about project management with smaller teams. I know it's kind of like a niche area and it requires a really specific skill set. So please let me know how I can help you. On to today's topic. Today is a follow-up to a video I recently released called A Day in the Life of a Freelance Project Manager. And the feedback I got on that video, I had comments from a couple people who asked me, okay, well, where do I actually find work as a freelance project manager? And that's a really good question. And there's a lot of different answers to that question as well. It's going to depend on really where you're at with your skill set, with your career, what type of teams you want to work with, what kind of projects you want to work on. That's going to drive where you want to put yourself out there. I will tell you, when I first started freelancing, I just kind of like put myself out there everywhere. I thought that's what you do. And I wish I would have had a bit more of a targeted approach, because I spent a lot of time putting myself out there on different platforms that didn't really do anything for me, and I didn't, focus on one strategy or another. So that's something that I would do differently now. So when I first started freelancing, I put myself out there everywhere. I had a website, I had a YouTube channel, I was connecting with people on LinkedIn, I had a Freelancer and an Upwork and a Fiverr profile, just kind of like really trying to promote myself, but not too focused on any one avenue. And the way that I got my first job was ultimately through referral. It was through someone that I knew that had a need for like a short-term project manager kind of a thing. I got my foot in the door that way. And through that, I made connections with people who were also working on that project and was able to capture some more jobs and some more business from that. So that's largely been the way that I get my work as a project manager. The platforms that I've used, Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer, for me, the most successful one has been Fiverr. I will say with any of those platforms, I struggled with a few things. I struggled with spam, and I struggled a lot with getting, requests for like data entry or executive assistant type jobs. Well, that's not really what my focus is as a project manager, so those weren't going to work. And then there were a lot of teams that seemed like they might be a good fit, but the budget just wasn't there. It didn't make sense for me to do that work. So those were the challenges that I've had with those platforms. Honestly, they just haven't paid off for me in terms of the amount of time that I've spent on them. I know there's other platforms out there too that are more geared toward project managers. I have not honestly looked into those because I just haven't had the time, but those might be something you want to pursue. I did also meet several folks through my YouTube channel, which has been a delightful surprise because this has never been something that I thought would like get me business. I really just have a passion for talking about project management in a startup environment. It's kind of like a niche thing. And when I first got into startup project management, I couldn't find a lot of resources on it. So I thought, okay, I'll start this YouTube channel. And it's been really refreshing for me to meet people who are amazing people who are doing really great things. So I've had the opportunity to work with people through the YouTube channel, which has been great. I've had some connections through my website. LinkedIn has also been really great for me. I have not gotten business from LinkedIn, but I've made some really great connections on LinkedIn. I learn a lot through some of the folks that I follow and some of their strategies for finding business. And then the last thing that's been really a miss for me, but it could be a hit for you depending on what kind of work you're looking for. And that's working with recruiters and recruiters who are specifically looking for contractors. So the reason this didn't really work out for me is because a lot of the jobs that were falling into my inbox from the recruiters required on-site work and a location where I don't live, and I'm not going to relocate for a contract job. So that didn't really make sense for me. There were also, the budgets actually seemed pretty decent on those projects, but they weren't projects that really felt authentic to me. It didn't seem like work that I would do or that I would enjoy doing. So ultimately, that was a no for me. But like, you want to figure out, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make supplemental income? Are you trying to build a brand or build a business? Are you trying to do work that is really rewarding to you? Once I really started critically thinking about those pieces, I realized that what I'm interested in is working with certain types of teams and who have a certain type of mindset and culture and goals. And I don't want to take just any job as like supplemental income. I really want to take jobs that are in my particular lane. And I also want to take jobs that make sense for my schedule and everything that I have going on. So that's all going to help you figure out, okay, what's the best platform for me? If I were just looking for some work on the side to supplement my income, I'd probably reach out to my network first and see if there were any opportunities, and then maybe create profiles on Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, any of the other platforms that really make sense for you. That's probably your best bet for capturing some business. So how have you found your freelance jobs? I'd love to know. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time.